Tom said that Stephen's going to be the starting running back. Just what's impressed you about him so far in camp? What do you feel like he's done to earn that job, and how much do you think he can help this offense?
Yeah, just the work ethic that he put in. He goes out every day, like even in jog through practices, walk through practices. He's one of the guys that's with more tempo, always communicating. Just wanting to know what's going on, make sure that he can play fast all the time. So that's one of the big things about him. And he makes big plays. In open field, he can get loose, and you're not gonna catch him once he gets out. So I feel like that's real good.
Mike, a lot of athletes talk about a trust level when they're coming off of surgery. I mean, where's your trust level right now with it? Are you making all the throws that you want to make? Are you moving around like you want to just heading into week one?
Right. As far as the trust level, I trust my knee. I trust that everything is okay. The trainers have been doing a great job of getting me back, getting me back on the field. And, I'm 100% confident, that I'm going to have a great season this year as far as, all the injuries and stuff. I'm not really worried about that. I just want to go out and play football.
Mike, quick two-part question. Do you feel like you've gotten enough time in with all your receivers and such in regards to timing and such like that? And secondly, even though you don't get touched in practice, you still kind of need to be prepared to get hit come Saturday. Whether it's working on slides or anything, have you done all of that you feel like you're 100% when you head out there on Saturday?
What was the first one again?
Have you had enough time with all your receivers to get timing down?
Oh, okay, yeah. So as far as time, I've been with the receivers all summer. Everybody's been here all summer. So, I feel like I had more than enough time. Everybody's been working extremely hard. That's one of the main things. It's not just do I have time to be with them, but just make sure that we make that time worth it. Make sure that receivers are going full speed every rep. Just make sure that they're coming out of their breaks and know that whenever they're supposed to be somewhere, they're going to be there, so I could throw with rhythm and anticipation. So I feel like it's really good. I feel like the receivers have been doing a great job with that. Coach Hurt coaching those guys up. And I feel like the time is real good. I feel like I definitely had enough time with them. And then just as far as the contact part, I'm not really worried about that. The doctor said I'm good. I feel good, so I'm good. I just gotta trust everything, and I'm just gonna go out there and play football. I'm not worried about anything.
Ty was obviously such a big weapon for you, specifically last season. He goes on to have obviously the season he has. I think I know he wins Big Ten Receiver of the Year. But how have you seen him change, or maybe the answer is you haven't seen him change, and that's kind of to his credit in the time between deciding to come back for an extra year and getting ready for this season, just in terms of his approach. I know Coach Allen said he's a captain this year, whether it's something physically he's added to his game or maybe something in his approach and his mentality that's changed in your mind.
Yeah, I feel like Ty's a guy that's a very detailed guy. After every rep, say we complete a pass or incomplete a pass, he's always coming up to me asking if he could do it any better. Different way, different spots he want me to sit in, that I want him to sit in. So Ty's a very detailed guy. He works on coming out of his breaks a lot. Just make sure that our timing is on time. And if he feels like something was off, he's a guy that's gonna come up to me and ask me. Just try to see my feedback on what had happened. So he's just a guy that really wants to be great. He's somebody that works extremely hard every day. On and off the field. In the weight room. And in the film study as well. I'm with Ty all the time. So I see all the work that he's put in. He wants to be the best version of himself that he feels before he left. So I feel like him coming back, he's definitely going to be a great part of this offense like he was last year, and he's definitely going to make big plays for us this season.
So I asked Coach Allen about attention heading into the season. I wanted to ask you the same thing. Is you're not really an unknown person anymore nationally. People know who you are now. You have attention coming into this season. How have you handled that? It seems different than a way you've kind of entered other previous seasons with IU.
Yeah, to be honest, just growing up, all the way back to when I was younger, I've always felt like somewhat of that pressure, of everybody, expecting something or just knowing who I was, But at the end of the day, I always say, I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. So the game is football. You trying to score, you're on offense, quarterback, you're trying to throw the receivers, just making plays. So I feel like with that, I'm always gonna find the best way to make plays. So no matter what, like I really don't pay attention to any of the outside stuff. I just try to stay focused and locked in and just do what I feel is best for the team. And just going out there, working hard every day, and just make sure I stay focused. I feel like that's the main thing.
Hey, Mike, any of the young receivers kind of step up in camp and maybe are ready for kind of a breakout year?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. All our receivers did real good this camp. We had Jacoby Hewitt. He's in my class, but he's a guy that didn't play too much. He had played a couple games last season. He made a big catch, Penn State. That was his first catch. He's a great guy. He works hard. We have Javon Swinton. He played some last year as well. Then we had a transfer, Cameron Buckley. He's definitely made a big impact this offseason and this camp. So, I'm very excited and looking forward to being able to throw to all those guys. DJ Matthews here as well. He's a guy that's been making big plays all over the field all offseason. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to be out there to throw with those guys.
Yeah, Mike, Peyton Hendershot was talking last week about how he feels the best he's felt in his career here. Have you noticed that at camp, and can you talk about what you have seen from him?
Yeah, from Peyton, man, he's had a great offseason. He's a guy that this offseason, I haven't seen him like this. He's been working extremely hard, and sprints and all that. He's always trying to be the first guy. He's always encouraging, even when he's tired. Sometimes that's hard to do, but he's a guy that wants to be great. He's a guy that comes to me after every practice. Hey, can I get 100 catches real quick? Just throw it. Long practice, but hey, I got you. Just can't go too far. But he's a guy that wants to work extremely hard all the time. But I feel like he's definitely gonna have a big season this year. He's definitely made big strides in his career.
Yeah, Mike. Iowa returns all its starters in the secondary. They had 11 interceptions last year. I'm just curious about just kind of the importance of decision making this week and communication and making sure that you guys win the turnover battle on your end.
Yeah, that's just football. On the offside of the ball, you just trying to keep the ball in your hands. So as far as to take care of the ball, the whole offense, we understand that. We understand that they have their secondaries coming back. So we're just going to play by play. Just take what they give us, and just make sure that we just go out and execute. As long as we go out and execute, I feel like we'll be good. And we definitely respect their secondary, but at the same time, I feel like I have a lot of weapons out there on the field to get the ball to, and I feel like it's definitely going to be a great game.
Yeah, hey, Mike, I got to ask you two. One's really quick. I want to make sure I heard this right. Did you say Peyton Hendershot comes to you after practice and says, hey, can I get 100 catches real quick? And does that mean he wants you to throw him the ball 100 times?
Yeah, 100 catches. It's usually about 5-10 yards apart. He wants to catch straight up, catch to the left, to the right, over the shoulder. But yeah, he just wants to be great. He just wants to make sure that his hands are very consistent. He wants to just make sure that he catches every ball that I throw to him. So he just wants to keep that connection and just keep that feel of the ball coming out of my hands.
Okay, thank you. Then the other questions I want to ask is you've been focusing. Obviously, you've had to focus on a lot of things, but job one was getting ready for the opener, and you are ready for the opener. Have you been able to focus on anything else? And by that, I mean, normally you use a preseason to work on this or that. Or do you feel like you've gotten better at any aspect, or was that even a luxury you could do this preseason?
Yeah, it's always room for improvement. This offseason, I was just focusing on, just make sure I get back 100%, and just being confident. Every rep I'm going full speed, just make sure that, I have no concerns, treat every rep like a game rep. When I run the ball, I'm always making sure I'm protecting myself. If I got to slide, like in practice, we don't slide just for safety precautions, but, I'll fake a slide, just make sure that, I understand that in practice I can't get hit, but in those situations that I'll possibly get hit in the game. So just make sure that I protect myself and just make sure that I be smart with the football.